Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tabletalkers. My name is Caleb. I'm your host, and not as always, I am joined by.
Brittany and I play Kenzi.
Last time on the Shadowlands, Idalia had a lovely solo episode. Go check it out, especially if you want to recap what happened before that, because I'm not recapping it again. But we find ourselves in the sky as we are flying on the back of one of the Fallen. HA is in front driving it, followed by Sky, then Haven, Idalia, Riley, Zeal, Damien, and Kenzi. Flying, gonna be a lot of flying today, so y'all will leave early in the morning. About 7-ish hours after you take off, you will land in a beach like front city, and that is where Idalia and Haven will get off. All of you will say goodbye to each other as they enter the town, and you guys take off again. About 3 hours from there, you will once again land in what appears to be a very busy port city with lots of pirate ships in dock, and that is where Riley and Zeal will get off. And then you will fly about 4 hours to your next destination. While you were flying, Kenzi, because you did not sleep the night before this, it's hard to stay awake. You know, the sound of the wind buzzing by, everything combined, pulls you to sleep. You will kind of slump forward a little bit into Damien and start to slide off to the side, but Damien will catch you and then just like wrap your arms around him so you don't fall to keep you safe.
How cute.
But after a couple of hours, you guys will once again touch down just outside of the capital city. Damien will shake you awake once you guys are on the ground. And you two will get off. Say goodbye to Sky and HA. Sky will tell you that as soon as they find anything out about where the doctor is, she will call you. And if anything happens to you guys, to please call her immediately. And she'll like come pick you up and get everyone else. But then you turn and start walking into the city. The first thing you will immediately notice is that there's a lot of people, and none of them look like super healthy or like they've been fed recently. Houses are kind of just like bare bones, mostly just like plywood stacked to like keep wind and rain off. Not much comfort happening right now. As you are walking, Damien will pretty much just explain to you how the layout of the city works. In the innermost, so there's 4 walls that make up essentially the city. So 5 sections with 4 walls in between each section. The innermost section is one large castle where the prime minister and his cabinet live. Basically just the people who run the country live in this castle, and they have the center space and all these walls. Outside of that is the next section, slightly larger. It's mostly like a bunch of really fancy looking houses for those people who are born into nobility and wealth, you know, have spent like generations building up like generational wealth, essentially. After that is another section, once again slightly larger, still fancy houses, but less fancy than the previous one. And this is basically for people who have worked their way up and like made their own money, new wealth, essentially. Damien will explain that this is where you are headed. For that is the section he lives. For the common person who wasn't born a noble or rich, this is essentially the most luxurious place you will ever live in this city. Next, a much larger area, basically just for the tradesmen, carpenters, electricians, that kind of thing. But it's also a lot of farmland in this section. And then lastly, where you guys are right now is kind of like the slums of the city, pretty much. You're overpopulated, underfed, overworked, underpaid, lucky to be alive type area.
And they conveniently don't have a wall around them, correct?
Correct. They are just open.
So there we've got the open space, and then a wall, and then inside of that is the farmland,
Mm-hmm.
and then a wall, and then you've got your new money, and then a wall, and then you've got your generational wealth, and then a wall, and then a castle.
Yeah.
Okay, I made a little diagram.
Wonderful. So glad. But Damien will explain all that to you as you guys are walking through this slums area. You will get to the gate at the wall, and you will see there's a handful of guards around the gate. One of them will like present an orb similar to like the orbs that Mother would give out, but instead of taking it, Damien like will lean forward and like open his eye, like stretch his eye open, and it'll kind of like scan his retina.
Fancy.
Basically showing that he is allowed inside the wall. He's not one of these poor people. And then he will explain that you are his guest, and you are visiting the city with him, and they will let you through to the inner part of the wall. Houses look like actual houses made to last now, alongside the farmland and some farmhouses. It's not like fancy, but it's comfortable living for sure. Once the same song and dance, when you get to the gate here, an orb is presented. He scans his eye, explains you're his guest. You're let on through. Be a lot fancier here. It's a big difference in this third level from the second. A lot of mansions, a lot of like storefronts that seem really fancy. It's a big hospital that you on like has a sign that says Art Medical Group on it. And Damien will lead you past a bunch of clothes stores because it is the evening. Got to mention that it is evening time for you guys. So past a bunch of clothes stores to the outer gate of a large gray mansion with like black highlight. He will push the gate open, hold it open for you, and then lead you to the front door. Before he knocks on the door, he will turn to you. I just want to apologize before we go in there. They aren't the most welcoming people, but I know they won't treat you poorly as long as you're here. So you'll be good.
Okay.
Then he will knock on the door, and it will be answered by a thin man with a nice long mustache and a single-stranded like goatee, like one of those like straight thin ones in the middle of the chin. Man, at first with his eyes closed, just goes, "How can I help you?" But then we'll open his eyes and see it's Damien, and we'll kind of like pause for a second. Before it's going, Master Damien, welcome home. At saying his name, you will hear what sounds like something like breaking in the kitchen. Or behind him, I guess. Damien will just go, "It's good to be home, Frederick. I brought a guest, so prepare a room, please. Thank you." And then he will take your hand and walk inside with you. He's gonna guide you in. Wants to make sure they don't shut the door on you. As you walk in, you see as Damien takes his shoes off in the foyer. You're not obligated to do the same. He says, but that's up to you.
I am going to keep my shoes on.
Fair enough. Please wipe them on the mat then.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not a heathen.
So sorry.
I just have one pair of shoes, and I don't know these people.
That's fair. But you walk further into the house, and you'll see there is a large dining room with a real fancy gray table with black highlights, as if to match the entire, like the outside of the mansion. At it, there are currently 6 people seated, and then a handful of like maids and butlers, 2 of which are currently attempting to clean up a mess that was made. You'll see at the head of the table is a older human man in a very nice tuxedo. On the other end, a human woman with a lovely gown on. It would be 2 boys on one side, both still dressed up, but definitely not nearly to the point as their father, just like simple dress shirt type thing. And then 1 lovely lady. In a nice little gown, appears to be no more than like 6 years old. Then there's just an empty chair. Hello, family. They will all just kind of stare at Damien for a moment. Damien, me boy. Ah, what? Welcome home. You'll see as the man at the head of the table will stand up and like fix his tie for walking over. It's been such a long time, Damien. It's nice of you to finally drop by again since you ran away. And you brought a guest this time. How quaint of you, Damien. What are you here for?
Can I do an insight check just to see if he's being, like, genuine?
Sure, go for it.
Or try to, anyway. Well, that's a nat 20.
He definitely is not like genuine with his words.
Okay.
This whole "it's great to see you" is not great to see you.
Gotcha.
You get a hint like when he says since you ran away isn't even true.
Interesting.
I'm here because this is my house, father. And yes, I did bring a guest. She's a friend. She's going to stay with us. Is she now? Wow. Well, of course, a friend of my son is a friend to the family. Barnaby, please set a room up. Immediately, I guess. The lady in at the other end of the table will turn. Hunter, we don't have space for a guest right now. The only place we have room is in the basement. They will look at each other for a moment. They will both turn to look at you, Kenzi.
I think Kenzi's just staring like in between both of them, like back and forth.
Surely the basement won't be a problem for you, right?
No.
Wonderful. Then that is fine. Set it up down there. Are you joining us for dinner? Damien and Damien's friend.
Kenzi will just look over at Damien, like, are we?
One father, her name is Kenzi, and Damon will look at you with the "Are we?" I think, it's been a long time. It's been a long travel. Sure, father, we will. You will notice his father doesn't look too pleased. Like for a second, it's like anger kind of takes over his face before going back to normal. Splendid. Let's get another chair, please. Then he will lean over to a butler and whisper something to them.
Rude.
And then you will see as a chair is brought forth for you. It is a chair that very clearly is like not even close to as expensive as every other chair. It's very clearly like a dingy old chair that is like they happen to have. I apologize for the chair. I'm afraid we have run out of. We don't have any spare nice ones. I certainly hope you don't mind.
Kenzi's just gonna go make herself at home.
All right.
She's not picky.
You and Damien will sit down, sitting next to each other. Food is brought forth to you. It is a grilled salmon with a lemon like drizzle. Some grilled asparagus on the side, and some other real fancy sounding food that I'm sure if Peter was here, he could give a much better description of.
Well, I mean, we've gotta see if Juzo likes any of it first and foremost.
Alright. You do that,
I will.
and Damien didn't even think about it, so he says nothing. But as you, is Juzo on the table or is he on the floor? Since he is about corgi size.
About corgi size?
Yeah.
I really kind of want him to be like on my shoulder,
Okay.
like chilling.
He can be like wrapped around
Yeah.
on your shoulder. He's a dragon. Lizards do that.
Yeah. He's not that big yet.
All right. So what are you gonna give to Juzo?
Little bites of everything. I'm going to attempt to give asparagus, but I think Juzo fully just turns his head away.
He certainly would. And then you could get puzzled looks from the rest of Damien's family. As for them, you just pick up some asparagus without using your fork and just put it like over your shoulder and are just waiting for something to happen. But they don't say anything, but you are able to catch Damien's parents and his siblings just like passing glances towards each other.
That's fine. I will take a bite of the asparagus.
Pretty good asparagus.
I just have to keep the bit going.
Juzo does like everything else though. He's a fan of the salmon.
Yeah, that works out.
Fan of whatever other third items on this plate.
Yeah. That goes pretty well with the not liking tomatoes and carrot cake bit. So.
Mm-hmm. Then, you'll have dinner. Dessert will be brought out if you want it.
Oh well, duh.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a lovely, rich, chocolate lava cake.
Ooh.
One for each person is brought out. Except for Damien. Damien does not take one. But it's very delicious.
All right.
Do you want to try to feed it to Juzo?
No, it's too late for Juzo to have sweets.
Okay, got it. Well, after dinner, everyone else will rise. Uh, not even like attempting to clean up their plate or any mess they've made. They will just walk off. Uh, Damien's father will just go, Bernadette, show our guest to her room whenever she is ready. Damien, when you have a moment, please come speak with me in my office. And then he will walk away. And now it's just you and Damien at the dinner table.
Your family seems off.
Yeah, that's probably one way to put it. They very much so see money as everything. So
They don't seem to like you very much.
yeah, they're not huge fans of me. But can't blame them too much. I mean, our family business is, magic medical supplies and procedures, and I can't use magic. So
I think that information is kind of difficult for Kenzi to process since she does come from such a loving family. It's hard for her to wrap her head around the fact that his family wouldn't still love him. So I think she's just kind of trying to sit with that.
anyway, don't worry about me. I'll be all right. I think it's probably best we get some sleep, and then tomorrow morning I'll show you to our library, so you can start seeing if you can find any information in there.
Okay.
All right. Damien will then stand up, push his chair in, and he'll go to pull your chair out. Whether or not you let him pull your chair out is up to you.
I feel like Kenzi's already halfway out of the chair.
That's fair. It's kind of like an awkward goes for it, like, oh, she's already out. Okay.
Casually, it's just I was just gonna push this in for you.
Yeah. He's like, I got you. Don't worry. You will see a maid will walk up to you. You can only assume it's Bernadette, who was asked to show you to your room. She'll give you a little bow and then ask you to follow her.
I will.
You and the maid will walk away, and you're here as you turn a corner. Damien will just go good night. Yeah, good night. And then you will be led down a long hallway to a door. The door has a padlock on it that the maid will pull a key out and unlock.
Are you going to lock me in there?
I do what the master says. The master says so, then I guess so. But every single servant has a key, so we can. And there's also a bell. It should be a bell or something down there that is connected to the servants' quarters. So we'll hear you. You just gotta do that. We also could not lock you there. Again, I don't know what the master's gonna do.
I would prefer you didn't.
I would also prefer I didn't. It does feel weird locking someone in our basement.
So, no lock then?
Sure.
Great.
She will put the lock down on like a windowsill next to the door, and then begin walking down the stairs.
I'm going to just grab the lock on my way.
Understandable. But as you go down, you'll see as the walls go from the nicely finished, like black painted wood that they had to just being like gray stone, like just rough, raw cobblestone stuff. Cobwebs become like a fairly common thing. It's very clear that this basement is barely used as it is. You'll get to a small clearing. There appears to be approximately like 6 like wine barrels. Where they have all like different years written on top of them, presumably the year they were made.
Mm-hmm.
But then there will be a door which will be unlocked. Maid will turn to you. I am going to apologize up front for your roommate. But I'm sure you'll be fine. And then she will very quickly walk past you and go upstairs. And you're just here as the door shuts.
Huh. I think, with the information that this door was padlocked from the outside when we got here, and that now I have been told I have some sort of roommate, which implies that there is in fact somebody who was locked up in this basement, I would like to cast greater invisibility on myself before I open the door.
Alright, that's fair enough.
And then Kenzi will like slowly try to open the door.
Alright, as you open the door, you will see that the light is actively on in this room. So light on in this room. There are 2 like cots prepared. One like directly in front of the door and one a bit more in the back corner.
Mm-hmm.
The one directly in front of the door seems like there's someone in it. But the other one seems like it was just like freshly put out just for you.
Is there anything else in the room besides just 2?
There's like a small shelf of like books.
Does this person... I would like to try to like... Tell me about this person in the bed.
Currently there's a person laying in bed, got a blanket over top.
Like sleeping?
Seems like it.
I'd like to just... I want to try to, I'll try to get a little closer.
You can get closer. You'll be able to tell that this is a human girl of some sort. But she looks a little strange. Where her eyes should be is nothing. It's kind of just like skin just flat over. So she has no eyes. She's just laying in bed, looking to the side. A side sleeper.
I would like to leave the room and go back upstairs.
Okay.
My goal here is to see if I can find Damien.
All right. Yeah, you're able to go upstairs. You do hear outside the door, like some voices. And you'll be able to make out someone basically going, I don't know what happened to the lock. I put it right there. I put the lock right there, and now the lock's gone. And then some other voices like, how'd you lose a lock? Like, did it grow legs and run away? Bernadette. I'm just making fun of Bernadette for losing a lock. But they are right outside the door.
I'll get rid of my greater invisibility, and I'll open the door.
Alright, you open the door and you'll see as there's like this 5 people around. They all just turn to look at you. Did you need something?
Who is that?
Who is who?
Who is the girl that was locked in the basement?
They will all kind of like look at each other. I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. The Bernadette, the maid who brought you down there, kind of just looks down. And then we'll also repeat, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Interesting.
So, is there something that you need, madam?
I guess not.
Then I wish you a good night.
I'll go back, but then before I shut the door, I'll kind of turn back and be like, I took the padlock. She didn't lose it. And then I'll shut the door and I'll go back downstairs.
Alright, you'll see you shut the door. The door will immediately open. Can we have that back?
No. And I'll keep walking.
Well, I tried my best. Someone else better try.
I'm just gonna keep going upstairs.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going, I'm not going in the basement. I ain't going down there.
No.
How would you go back down? Door shuts. Go back down.
Okay, I will go back into the other room. I would like to have a dagger in one of my hands.
Okay.
Just because it seems like people are simultaneously pretending that there is no one down here and also are refusing to come down here. I assume because of whoever's down here. So I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna be prepared.
Understandable.
Go back in, and I'll when I shut the door, I want to do it not slam it, but I want to make a little bit of noise.
Okay. So you do that, and you will see as the person in bed will just immediately stir. And they will say, could you be a little quieter next time? Some of us are trying to sleep in here.
Is there a reason you are down here?
Yeah, several. Whose point of view do you want it from? Do you want it from my father's point of view or my mother's point of view?
I'll take both.
Well, I'm a grotesque freak who never should have been born. I'm a waste of air, a waste of space. And the fact that I am simply alive is a ruin on the reputation of the Hart family forever.
Whose point of view is that?
You asked for both, so I gave both.
Hmm. I'm sorry. Who are you?
The person will sit up and look directly at you. I am Aisha. Aisha Hart. Pleasure to meet you.
For notes purposes, how do you spell that?
How dare you make me pull it up? I E S H A.
Okay.
Then Hart is Hart.
Yeah, I got that part.
Eldest child of the Hart family. And who may you be?
I'm Kenzi. I'm friends with Damien.
It's a pleasure to meet you then, Kenzi. Friend of Damien is a friend of mine.
I, I'm. You were locked in here.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone just not care about that?
Well, let's see. Mother and father are the ones who locked me down here. All of the help value their jobs to feed their families, so they're not going to go against them. As far as I'm aware, Damien is the only sibling who knows that I'm down here. Oh, that's not true. Grayson would remember me, but Grayson doesn't care. And I don't think Richard and Layla even know I exist.
How how long have you been down here?
Let's see. I'm 18 now, so about 14 years? I would offer you tea or something, but I don't have any.
So are are they just keeping you alive down here just because?
I don't know if keeping me alive is the correct phrase. I think it's more so there's at least one servant whose job is to check on the wine barrels who brings me food. Uh, Damien also used to bring me food growing up a lot. So I'm sure it's not despite their best efforts to let me die down here that I've not.
That's not right.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree, but in this house there is no right and wrong. There is what Father says and nothing else.
Seems like your better option would be to leave this house then.
Trust me, if I were capable of doing so on my own, I would, but she will like wave her hand in front of her face. I lack the ability to see, so all that would end up doing is getting me killed by running into things or getting hit by some sort of horseback carriage.
I mean, I don't know how long I'll be here, but I don't like that you're down here. It's not right. If you want out, I will help.
Well, I mean, if you have a means for that, I won't decline assistance.
You can come with us. I mean, I don't know. what all you would like to do if you get out of here. And where we're going, it's not exactly pleasant, but it's gotta beat this.
I'm fairly confident that just about anything would beat this. I mean, I'm in a room in a basement. I get food maybe twice a day, if I'm lucky. And as a sick, cruel joke, the only form of entertainment I've been given are books that I can't read. Surely anything's better than this.
Well, then, I guess I am your new roommate for however long I'm here. I can't promise I'll be good company, but I certainly won't treat you like you're being treated by them.
And sounds like you'll be great company. Now, I suggest you get some rest. I'm sure you've been traveling for a while, and dealing with my family is something that will sap the energy out of everyone. The bed's not much, but it's at least somewhat comfy.
And Kenzi will just walk over to the other bed.
Good night, Kenzi. Not gonna say fucking good night back.
I'm so sorry, I'll say goodnight. This is a lot of information for Kenzi to digest on top of everything else that's been going on.
Just saying. That was incredibly
Just
rude.
saying. Oh my god.
Anyway, you go to sleep, and you wake up the next morning. Aisha seems to still be sleeping, but without eyes, it's kind of hard to tell if a person is sleeping or not when they're just laying in bed. They are once again on their side, facing you.
I mean, I'm just gonna sit up and just kind of like sit on the side of the bed for a little bit, trying to process everything that's been happening and all of this fun new information that's been given to me in the past 12 hours. So
as you are sitting on the side of the bed, you will hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
I will have a dagger in my hand again.
Fair enough. You get a knock at the door. Kenzi? Aisha? Mind if I come in? It's Damien.
I mean, I'm gonna open the door.
Good morning, Kenzi.
Good morning.
How was your night? How'd you sleep?
Fine.
I, hope you don't mind too much the arrangements. I've been trying to, get you an actual room if you want, but not particularly easy.
No, this is fine.
All right. Good morning, Aisha. I'm sure you kept Kenzi in great company. Why must you wake me like this, Damien? I was still asleep so good. And she will turn and sit up in bed to look at the door and look at Damien. Don't look at me like that, Aisha. It's been 2 years. Surely you're somewhat happy to see me. He will just kind of stare. Yes. But it seems that you're not that happy to see me. What are you talking about? Of course I'm happy to see you. Nope, I don't think you are. For if you were happy to see me, you would have... And Damien will cut her off. Brought you a jelly donut. I know. Then he will step into the room and hand both you and Aisha a jelly-filled donut.
Oh, I won't complain about a donut.
Oh, he does care about me. Oh, that's my baby brother. And she will very happily eat her jelly donut.
I mean, I'm gonna do the same. Probably a little less happily, but...
That's fair. Alright, well, I'm glad that you both slept well. Kenzi, I will take you to the library so you can, look for information regarding, everything that's gone on.
I think, Kenzi will just kind of, like, glance over at Aisha. Just, like, because in her head, she's, like, still thinking about the fact that this girl's been locked in the basement and several people know about it, including Damien, which is a shock.
Aisha will... So Aisha's, like, looking at Damien, and this will turn to look at you. Oh, goodness, please don't think Damien has any part in my treatment. No, Damien actually received many harsh scoldings and I think a handful of beatings for attempting to advocate to get me out of here. He's not a compliant part of this, I assure you. Anyway, I'll take you to the library, Kenzi. I'll come back and catch up with you, Aisha. And, if you need anything, I mean, you have my number. Give me a call or text.
Is he saying that to me?
Yeah, to you.
Oh, okay.
Aisha's kind of just like staring at Damien right now. Or theoretically staring at Damien. She has no eyes.
I mean, I'm also just kind of looking at Damien, just kind of waiting for him to start leading me where we're going, because I don't know where I'm going.
He was waiting on you to finish your donut. Once you finish your donut, he will stand up.
Oh, okay.
And lead you to the library. The library is on the second floor. It has a large double door entryway. And there's a lot of books. The wall is basically like 15 feet on each side, like 20 feet high. And it's just bookshelf, top to bottom, completely filled with books. Shelves in between, same height, completely filled with books. So many books to the point there's some carts around that have books just like stacked on top of them because there's no space on the shelves.
I'll call out my book cart.
I got your book cart.
I think like on the walk here, Kenzi will kind of like, not like, depending on if there's people around. I guess she doesn't care that much. She's gonna be like, a heads up about the girl in the basement would have been nice.
Yeah, that's fair. I apologize. I didn't expect them to put you in the basement, and well, not everyone at that dinner knows she exists, and I didn't really want us to get kicked out before we had a chance to, you know, use the things we need to.
So I'm just supposed to pretend that there's not a girl that's been locked in the basement?
To everyone who's not me, yes, I guess. I mean, my parents know about it, but they won't talk to you about it. They'll probably just call you crazy.
I think like after like a few seconds she'll kind of like whisper a little bit like they beat you?
My father's a very, my word is law type of man. And the punishment for breaking the law in this house is capital. And he'll like just look down a little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Not like you're the one who did it. Anyway, this is the library. It is, I do believe, with the exception of the books on the cart, organized properly. Dewey Decimal System, all that jazz. So hopefully it won't be too difficult to find anything. If it is, I don't know if they moved it. There used to be a crystal somewhere in the back. Kind of like had a catalog to help you find subject matter you're looking for.
Got it.
So I will be in the basement if you need me. Best of luck.
Thanks.
And then he will begin to walk away. What's your passive perception, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, heckin'. 16.
You will notice as Damien is walking away, he has like just a tiny limp. It's very hard to notice. Like you didn't notice when you were walking next to him, but now that he's walking away and he's like a further away, is a slight limp to him.
Oh. I don't like these people.
I'm sorry.
I suppose I will start walking through the library.
A lot of books in the library.
A lot of books. I want to kind of like make my way to the back and see if I can find this crystal.
There is most certainly a crystal in the back.
Mm.
As you walk up to it, it kind of like will float up and then spin and kind of turn itself into like a keyboard-esque thing. Like a projection of a screen will pop up.
I think the main thing that's still in Kenzi's mind is Halsey and what happened to her. So I think the first thing that I want to try to figure out is what like the flickering in and out of existence is, or what it could mean, or if it's happened to anyone before.
All right. So basically, just look up like flickering in the computer system. You'll get a couple hits. Some of them being like children's books with like flicker in the title, like A Flicker in Time, A Flicker of Hope. Whole like romance novel series with the flicker in the title.
Oh boy.
Then you're gonna find about 2 volumes of a medical like compendium that will also be flagged.
I would like to look into the medical one.
All right. This is volumes 1 and 2, and you can grab both as they are next to each other thanks to the Dewey Decimal System. Starting in 1, first thing you notice, No table of contents in the book.
Fantastic. Love it.
Because that simply hasn't been invented yet in books at this time. So you kind of just have to go through and read each one.
Is there like seating anywhere?
Yeah, there's like a table with some chairs.
Well, I will set myself up at a table.
All right.
I've got nothing but time.
Sure do. Gonna spend essentially the entire day. So these are two very thick compendiums. They go through both ailments of the magical variety and ailments of like the normal physical variety. So you got a very large quantity of things to work through.
Okay. I think as I'm kind of going through like these medical things, especially knowing that like that I assume the majority of what's going to be in this library is going to be like medical type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the mindset that they're in the middle of a war and that they like day before yesterday, she saw many of her companions nearly die. I would like to try to also be on the lookout for anything that would help Kenzi be able to help them or like have some kind of healing thing. So like a spell scrolls or anything like that because she's not very versed in medical care. And I think one of her things is that she would like to probably more so right now be in the mindset of I would like to be able to heal myself so that I can continue on this path.
Okay. Stuff like that would probably require you to change books and stop reading the compendium. But that's something you could definitely do in like the coming
I was gonna say
time.
that's fine. That's just like something that I think she'll be on the lookout for as she's going through
I got you.
anything. So
While reading through this compendium, you will gain like basic knowledge of how to spot some conditions, and then like ways to just help end them. Basically, if someone gets poisoned, you'll be able to help them like stop being poisoned early, etc. For different conditions. I'll give you a full list later.
Okay.
But that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of those, it's gonna take you like 2 days actually to fully read these.
Yeah, that's fine. I think at this point Kenzi's fully prepared to basically be in the library pretty much every day. She's got no reason to leave the library really. So I think unless someone comes at the end of the day and is like, "Hey, you got to leave," she would probably stay in there. Just I think it'd be more so of like losing track of time because she's got the one like this one kind of focus and this is really the only thing she knows she can try to figure out right now. Everything else is kind of out of her control.
Fair. Someone will come by and tell you gotta get out of the library. At night. You'll notice like the help is like shift changing at night. Like when you're being kicked out the first night, you notice a bunch of like new people are showing up.
Am I allowed to take books out of the library?
I mean, it's not a public library. No one's gonna stop you.
Oh great, then I'll take the compendiums with me.
Okay. But you are escorted back down to your room in the basement by the new guards coming in. You'll notice that these new help, they look a lot more like guards and a lot less like butlers and maids. Like they have weapons on them. They have like actual armor. They seem like their job is to make sure no one breaks into the house, no one snoops around the house, etc.
Fascinating. Who? I don't know why anyone would want to snoop around the house or anything. That's crazy.
I know, it would be crazy.
So crazy. Someone would try to do that.
But you get back down to your room with Aisha. Aisha will ask how your day was.
It's fine. I think Kenzi will go sit in her bed and just immediately get back to flipping through books.
After a couple of hours, Aisha will kindly suggest that you might want to go to bed. It's important to maintain your sleep in order to maintain your health and your strength. And from what Damien has told her, you seem to have quite a journey ahead of you, and you're going to need all the strength you.
Kenzi will kind of look up when she says mentions that Damien has told her something, and she'll kind of she'll wait a second, and then she'll ask, he talked about me?
Well, I mean, technically, he was telling me about, all the things you guys have done, your journey you're on, your goal to defeat Vecna. Why do you want him to talk about you? I can make him talk about you more.
No. Just, are you guys close?
Well, he's essentially the only sibling I actually have. I would say we're close, but he's also been gone for 2 years. He seems to have changed.
And Kenzi, well, I think Kenzi knows that the reason he changed is that his best friend died, and she doesn't know how, what, that's not her information to give out, so I don't want to tell her that. So I think I'll kind of attempt a little bit of a subject change and say, your dad said that Damien ran away.
That is what, as far as I know, that's what he did, but no, I guess I don't really believe it.
Why not?
Damien's not the type of person who would run away from something.
I don't actually know him very well, but it seems odd to me that he would willingly leave you here like this.
I am inclined to agree. Though I guess he was only 12 when he left, so particularly wasn't too much he could do to bring me. But still, I don't quite believe he did.
I think Kenzie will just kind of she'll I think she's just gonna she'll close the books and set them to the side and start kind of getting ready to actually go to sleep.
All right. So, do you wish to talk about it?
Talk about what?
Whatever sadness and grief you hold inside.
Not particularly.
Fair enough. I'll be here if you ever do wish to speak about it. I can see that it pains you a lot.
I think Kenzie she'll lay in bed for a few minutes, and then she'll kind of be like, "Can you read my mind?
Oh, heavens, no. I can, however, see emotions. I'm While I'm unable to see physical things, every living creature has an aura around it, and the color of that aura is determined by the emotions it is currently feeling. There's a large amount of blue and black around you and Damien at the moment. The blue had been there before, but the black was certainly new on Damien, as was a tiny bit of pink. You seem to have it as well.
It's been a really hard time. And then Kenzi will turn over and, like, face the wall.
I understand. I shall not pry. All I will say is you've made it this far. You can keep going. Iron can only become steel when put under a lot of pressure. Good night, Kenzi.
Good night.
You sleep as well as you can.
As well as a 15-year-old girl can who is crying.
You wake up the next morning. Similar routine to the last time. You wake up, Damien comes down, knocks on the door, asks if you can come in. You either let him in or you yell, yeah, and he comes in.
I will yell, yeah.
He once again brings goodies, has cinnamon rolls this time.
Fantastic, as this is my only meal of the day.
Damien will ask how the book reading is going.
Not super helpful so far.
I apologize. I'm sorry, but keep going. I'm sure you'll find something.
I think, Kenzi will, like, grab the 2 books when she's done with her cinnamon roll. And she'll probably just start heading upstairs to the library.
All right. As you are eating a cinnamon roll, you will notice Aisha is kind of looking back and forth at you and Damien. If she had eyebrows, they would be raised. But she does not have eyebrows. And then you go upstairs, back to the library. We spend another day reading. You will be kicked out once more. But I will go ahead and give you some important things. And by important, I mean the ones that I have definitions for.
Okay.
So over the course of the days, you essentially have learned about 2 main things that are relevant at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The first one being something called phase flux syndrome. It's a medical condition where an individual appears to phase in and out of reality. Usually it is caused by magical effects ending on the person experiencing the condition. There is currently no known way to cause it by casting a spell or like purposefully putting it on someone. It seems to just be a side effect of a magical effect ending. The condition is rare and hasn't really been seen or documented since the defeat of Vecna and he stopped like ruling the world. The other one you will get, a condition known as a genius. It is a prenatal condition where a child is born without one or both of their eyes. The resulting child is said to have a much more potent level of magic, but there is no real evidence to support this. The condition is incredibly rare. It can only be caused or is only known to be caused by what is called a magical overflow, which you would have learned is basically just piping magical energy into the fetus while it's in the womb. This condition cannot occur naturally, and it must be done on purpose. And it is highly frowned upon within the medical community to do it on your own kid, to agree to do it on a patient who wants their kid to do it for any reason at all. It is basically you do this and you're like a piece of shit. You're like gonna be like excommunicated if it ever came out type deal. And I will send those to you.
For that second one, are there any does it say what it would look like once the child is born?
No, it just says they'd have no eyes. Assuming it can maybe be done, like multiple variations are able to do it. Or like, there's no like one set way they look afterwards. It's just their eyes will not be present.
So, my immediate thought is that seems pretty similar to potentially what could have caused Aisha to have no eyes.
Could be.
I'm going to take note of that because, their parents don't seem great. Seems like potentially something they would try to do.
They're fine. They're at work right now. Well, the dad's at work. Until he comes home.
Yep. That's fine. I would say whenever I eventually get through those two books or whatever, however many days or whatever, I think after that, she'll probably just spend more time looking at different medical things. Like, I don't know exactly what, but I think she'll probably just start kind of going about a little bit more random approach. I suppose she would probably, because you said there are like a variety of types of books, right?
Yeah.
It's not just strictly medical
Yeah,
things.
it's not just medical.
So there's like children's books,
Mhm.
there's like novels and such.
Yeah.
I think she will ignore all of that and will focus more on the informational ones, and kind of run through a couple different searches, just based on like maybe see if they have anything on Vecna or that type of stuff, or maybe I don't know if she would know how to go about trying to find information on whoever this other doctor is. That seems like it would be a difficult search to put in, like, doctor. But
We get a lot of hits, for sure.
yeah, that sounds right. No, I think she'll once she kind of, I think she might take a brief glance at the other hits that came up in the flickering thing. Probably not the romance novels, but she might flip through the children ones just to see. You never know.
All right. Scan through some informational books. You'll end up like learning like basic first aid if you keep going.
Yeah.
Kind of get like glimpses for now. The children's book or books under Flickr don't really seem to have anything like any information. One's like about like the flicker of a flame. One's like carrying it through a snowstorm. It's a story about like perseverance.
Gotcha. That's kind of what she thought. But you never know what could be hidden.
That's true. As for Vecna, you'll get like some history books.
Yeah.
Where they would mostly just tell about like what it was like when he was ruling the world based off
Mm-hmm.
accounts they've received.
Right. Gotcha.
But you'll spend another day here. Next few days, kind of the same song and dance.
Yeah.
You wake up one morning. Damien, of course, knocks at the door in the morning. He's let in. This time he has some honey buns for you. Gotta go through all the delicious breakfast foods that are way too sugary to be breakfast.
Sure. Yeah, the breakfast desserts.
Mm-hmm. The good breakfast.
Mm-hmm. And apparently they last all day.
Good breakfast.
I have not been informed that I am given any other food.
You're not.
That sounds right. Okay.
While Damien is down here, he's going to inform the two of you that he will be gone for the week. Both him and his father will be gone, as his father has requested him to accompany him on a hunting trip.
No, I don't like that.
Aisha doesn't like that. And she will put up a form of protest. Damien will calm her down though. Nothing to worry about. I've been on hunting trips before. If you wanted to kill me on one of them, you would have done it already. We'll be fine. Just wanted to let you know I won't be here. But again, Kenzi, you need anything, give me a call and I'm right back.
And the same goes for you.
He will give a nod. Aisha is continuing to play her favorite game of bouncing back and forth between looking at you and Damien.
I think once he leaves, Kenzi, having had like probably about a week now of just for the most part being alone in the library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she's kind of coming back around a little bit to her kind of how she was when she was with like before the first battle, where she was just a little more kind of, I guess, like willing to talk to people and stuff. She's kind of slowly getting out of this mood she's been in since the battle. And so once he leaves, I think she'll kind of look over at Aisha and say, I wish you'd stop doing that.
Stop doing what?
Whatever back and forth emotion reading thing you're doing over there.
Oh, my sincerest apologies. It's just very entertaining to watch Damien's emotions when he speaks to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it just seems that every time Damien speaks to you, the blue in his aura seems to fade away a bit. There's a lot more pink. Oh, I guess that doesn't really help you when you don't know what these colors associate with. My apologies. Blue represents sadness. Black is usually like grief, or like death happening recently. Red is anger. Green is envy. Pink is, I'm not gonna say the word love because of a very strong word. But attraction typically. When Damien speaks to you, I see a lot of it.
I think Kenzi is quite glad in this moment that no one with eyes is there to see how red her face is becoming. But she will not acknowledge that out loud.
And for the record, the pink in you also seems to increase when you speak to Damien, though not nearly as much as Damien's does.
Okay. So is he going to be okay?
I mean, I can't speak for certain. He didn't seem to have any, like, worry about it. He wasn't particularly excited to go, but he doesn't seem worried that he won't come back or anything.
Has he told you much about where he's been for the past 2 years?
I haven't been able to get a great bit of detail out, but I know he's been in a house with a bunch of other people. He made some great friends. He mentioned you, someone named Idalia, Zeal, Zix, Zixeltel, and Zydel. O'Reilly. There was a Haven, a Sky, and an Alexander.
I think Kenzi was like starting to smile a little bit at the mention of her friends, and then as soon as Alexander gets mentioned, it's gone.
What seems to be the matter? I said Alexander's name, and it seems that both you and Damien had a sharp emotional change. He wouldn't tell me what it's about.
So I didn't know Alexander very well. We were all at the same place. We all went we got brought by this person to this house, and we were told that that we would be learning different things, and I'll kind of give her the basic rundown of the whole mother house thing. And from what I know, Damien became really good friends with his roommate Alexander, and he got killed not too long ago, and Damien took it really hard. And then we were in this fight right before we got here, and his body had been brought back, and Damien had to fight him.
Oh. Well, that certainly would explain why he didn't want to tell me about it. Wow.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great time. Like I said, I've only known Damien for a little while now, but it's not been the best time. I don't know too much about what his life was like before he got there, but mine certainly for the past few years hasn't been ideal, and this was supposed to be a better place, and it wasn't, but we're trying to make things better now.
I see. Well, I mean, I'm sure after all of that, it's no wonder Damien has no fear anymore when he has to speak to our father on his own. After going through something like that, I don't think there's anything our father could do that was worse.
I don't know if you would be able to help with this, but seeing as your father is gone, I would like to frankly see if I can find any information that he may perhaps keep hidden somewhere not in the library.
You would like access to his personal study?
I feel like I did not hear you coming through my headphone.
That's not good.
uh, interesting. Anyway,
As long as you can hear me now.
I mean, I can hear you in person. I cannot hear you through my headphones.
That's weird.
um, just got a message from Peter. It said, "Don't die." Hold on, I'm gonna check my thing. Try to talk to me.
Hello, it is I.
There, oh, you're back. Okay. I did nothing. Okay, anyway. Yes. There's something not right. At least about when Damien ran away. Because I still do not believe that he would have done it.
I agree.
To be frank, I do not trust your family.
To be frank, I also don't trust my family outside of Damien.
Do you have any information that would be helpful to me?
Not really. I mean, I kind of have miscellaneous things that I've heard through Vent over the years, Grayson once like got into a gang fight. You know, he got arrested, but thanks to my father, it never got put on his record, never got made public. Yada yada. Um, my yeah, no, it's kind of really it. Nothing. Yeah, it's kind of like the most out there thing. I mean, my father's middle name is Hemsley. I don't think it's gonna help you, but I think it's very funny.
Okay. From what I've gathered over the past few days, there are guards that are around at night.
Mm-hmm.
It does not appear that they are around at least as much during the day.
No, because the servants are about, and then usually the family is about doing things. But with my father leaving, there is a possibility that they will be coming in for this week a bit more frequently.
Got it. Is that door the only one that leads out of the basement?
Yes. But there's a vent. If you feel like crawling through an air vent, but I don't particularly think that's a great idea.
I'm not against it.
I didn't think you would. Why I mentioned it.
I will, however, try the door first.
I would recommend it. You can probably listen to the door, or honestly, you're allowed to leave during the day. You could just walk out and then maybe hide or something. I mean, they're not gonna come down here to see if you're in the room.
Oh, that's not what I'm worried about. I really just I need to know the general whereabouts of what would be the most important room. So, his office or something like that.
If I recall, his office is on the third floor at the end of the hall.
Okay.
I highly doubt he's moved since then, because I remember hearing him say he really liked the view from the wall of windows in there.
Hmm. All right. It's what? Still morning right now.
Yeah, Damien and his father probably haven't left yet.
Okay. Then I'm going to go to the library. Just my normal routine.
All right.
And then I think while I'm in the library, actually, I'm going to try to see if there's like any like blueprints or layouts or anything of the house or anything like that.
There would not be.
All right. Um. All right. Then I will cast greater invisibility as long as no one's around.
You are alone within the library.
All right. Then I will cast greater invisibility on moi,
All right.
and I will. Where is the library?
About the middle of the second floor.
Okay, so I will leave the library invisible. I would like to obviously try not to make a ton of noise or anything, so I'll kind of be like sneaking around,
Mm-hmm.
checking my corners and stuff, and I will try to start making my way up to the third floor.
Give me a stealth check for the sake of rolling dice in the dice rolling game.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, it's a dice rolling game. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Del. Yikes. 14.
Yeah, you have like a close call with a few of the like maids and butlers, but they don't run into you.
Oh god.
You're able to make it
No,
to the
I
third
feel
floor.
like once I get to the third floor, after my close call, let me see. Did you say that the greater invisibility and the pass without trace that I get from my daggers, do they still use the concentration?
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the answer you gave me last time.
So now how long last time was?
Well, because last time I did greater invisibility on Kelsey, and then we went to go fight.
Yeah.
And I asked you, and I think you said no.
You know. No, I just said, yep, there it is. I said no.
Okay. That being said, I would like to do. I believe this is what. Let me make sure I, in fact, do want to do this. Yeah, I would like to do pass without trace also on myself. Now that I am closer to where I need to be and where I will potentially be actually doing some more stealthy like things.
Okay. You can do that.
Just for ease of mind. Give myself a nice plus 21.
I don't know. What's your current?
Well, it's currently a plus 9 plus the 2 for my
Then you have plus
Calypso.
21.
Fantastic. Anyway, I would like to try to go to where Aisha said the general area would be and see if I can figure out where his office is.
Yeah, so you go to the third floor. You see a hall. Go to the end of it. You see there's one door going to the side.
Is there anyone around?
Nope.
Oh boy. Can I do an Arcana check on the door to see if I can sense any, like, alarms or traps or anything.
Go for it.
16?
Yeah, you will be able to tell there's a alarm spell on the door.
No. Oh, heckin'. Don't know if I want to try to. I don't know if lock picking would activate the alarm or not.
I do believe it would. Double check the alarm spell. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like like it doesn't go off here. It's more of the whoever cast it gets a thing in their mind.
Oh boy. Oh, because it's probably gonna go to his dad, and he's with Damien, and then I'll get mad at him. Oh, does it seem like the alarm is on the whole room, or just like if someone tries to go in the door?
It's just the door.
Okay. So talk to me about this ventilation system.
I mean, it's a ventilation system, goes through the whole house. And just
Have
the
I
central.
spotted any vents? Is there? You said this was the only room in this area, right?
In this hall, yeah.
This hallway.
But there have been vents up
I
across the floor.
I would like to try to find a vent that I can crawl into.
You can most certainly find a vent. You're able to get into it, pulling yourself through once you're all the way in would be a bit harder.
Okay.
And then you'd have to navigate the unknown ventilation system.
I would like to attempt it.
All right. You can you remove the vent cover and get in the vent. Give me I think athletics is the only thing I can say.
Okay.
To not get stuck in the air vent.
24.
All right, yeah, you're able to maneuver yourself. It's definitely tight.
I've lost a few pounds, what with only eating one donut type thing a day.
That's fair. But it's still tight because it is an air vent system's not really made for people to be crawling through it.
That does not seem accurate based on every television show I've ever watched.
Those aren't houses. Those are big buildings, big companies.
I'm in the vent.
You're in the vent. You're gonna make your way to a intersection. There's a path forward, left, and right.
So, in relation to the door where his office is, where was the vent located?
The vent would have been to the left of the door on the same side as the door.
Okay. So then I would like to go right.
Okay.
In the direction of where the door would be.
All right, give me another athletics check for this nice corner.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's not great. 10.
You're gonna get yourself stuck for a little bit. You will be able to get out, but you're gonna be stuck probably for like 2-ish hours in this air vent. But you will eventually wiggle yourself free and able to keep going.
Oh, I will point out for the sake of being a good player that means my pass without trace is gone.
Correct.
How convenient for you. Anyway, okay. I go to the right.
We can go right. and you will follow it for a bit. There's yet another intersection of left, right, forward.
Okay, so I was to the left of the door. I went right, which would take me to the direction of the door. I will go straight.
All right, you will go straight. No need to roll because you don't got to turn or nothing. And yeah, you will eventually find yourself inside of study. There's some bookshelves on the wall. Some trophy cases, the heads of an owl bear, and what appears to be kind of like a werewolf on the wall.
Like a whole werewolf or just a head?
Just the head of a werewolf.
Oh. Chosen would be so upset.
He'd be disappointed if anything. Only kept the head, not all of them.
You said there were books.
Yeah, some bookshelves. Then he also has a desk with his chair, and then the whole back wall behind his desk is a window.
Okay, I'm still invisible, so I'm not worried about the window. I will start with his desk. I want to see if there's any kind of like files or anything like that.
All right. At the moment, so his desk's clear on top. You can go through some of his drawers. Some business documents. Some like patient files that should definitely not be at his personal house.
I was gonna say, in regards to the files, unless there's like a name I recognize or one of these medical things I've come across, I don't care so much about those.
Fair enough. There will be one drawer that appears to be locked. There doesn't appear to be a keyhole on it. It is locked.
Can I investigate like the desk itself, like the underneath, see if there's like a hidden button or latch or anything?
Sure. There does not appear to be a button, nor a latch, but you are able to see like marks of like where something was like added to the drawer that's locked.
What's it look like?
I mean, it's just like paint that's like slightly off color.
It's not helpful.
It's kind of just someone did something to this drawer, and it's the only one that's locked.
Does it? Oh, heckin'. Oh, do I try to pry it open or do I forget about it? I need in this drawer. I'll start looking at. I want to look at like the bookshelves. I want to see if there's like anything, like an object of some kind that's around that looks like it would. I don't know. Unlock a drawer.
All right. He does have some like bookends throughout his bookshelves. They're not very fun though. They're kind of just basic bookends.
What a loser. What kind of?
There's like a tiny globe on the shelf, or on one of the shelves.
Is it a false globe? Does it open?
Are you gonna try to open the globe?
I mean, I will attempt it.
All right. How are you trying to open the globe?
I mean, I'm gonna grab it, and then I'm gonna try to see if the top hemisphere of the globe, like opens like on a hinge or unscrews or anything like that.
Okay, I gotcha.
You know?
I sure do. It does not come off.
All right, I'll put it back.
Okay.
What kind of books am I looking at here?
Give me a investigation check to look at all the books.
Sure. Oh, that's pretty good. 25.
All right, so for a large variety of books on the shelf, the classic, Lord of the Rings, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, but not written by J.K. Rowling. We don't support her. Just like the all-time classics, Dune. But
so just like, are there any that are not classic novels?
Yes. getting there.
Oh, so sorry.
There are some like self-help books type thing, like how to be a better man, tips for new doctors. It seems like some of these books he may have had for a while. There is one book with a kind of like weird title when you first read it, and it's specifically how to be a good father for dummies.
Okay. Right off the bat, that one and the one about being a better man do not seem like the kind of books he would have. Um, I think they're fake. I would like to open those and see if there's anything inside of them.
All right, which one are you opening first?
How to be a better father.
All right, how to be a better dad for dummies. You pull it off the shelf and you start skimming, or like flipping through the pages. You'll find it's mostly a picture book. Very little words in this. But you also see it seems that some of the pictures have been like drawn on, as if someone's like made their own edits to the book.
Such as?
Well, you'll see one that it's like when your child is crying, calm them down, but calm them down is like crossed out and replaced with yell at them and threaten to kick them out the house.
Okay, so that seems like it's going to be unhelpful to me. So there's nothing, it's just like a book. Yeah.
I mean, it's a book on how to be a good dad. You will find towards the back of the book, though, the pages start kind of like becoming blank, and you will see a drawing that is like of the globe, and it has been like put in the mouth of the werewolf.
I want to quickly flip through the other book just to see.
It's fully unedited, but it's like, love your wife, love your kid, stuff like that, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna put that one back. I'm gonna put the globe in the mouth of the werewolf.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a click sound.
I go back to the drawer.
Door is now unlocked.
Oh, what's in the drawer?
Alright, first thing you notice, there is the title, like the title to the mansion that you're currently in is in this drawer. There is some documents regarding Aisha, like her like birth certificate, like birth record, all that jazz.
I would like keep going, sorry.
Okay. There is a kind of like report that is like written, like handwritten by Damien's father. Seemingly, as you read it, it seems to be about when he when Aisha was being born, and he decided to see if there was any beneficial effects to that one medical condition.
A genesis?
Yeah, a genesis. And so he pumps unknowingly to his wife, put some magical energy into Aisha while she was in the womb while his wife was sleeping. And then when Aisha was born with no eyes, but no sign of enhanced magical capabilities, but because she had no eyes, she was very gross to look at, and in order to protect their reputation, they just told the public that there was a miscarriage, and they've since hidden Aisha in the basement.
Oh, so they probably don't know about her being able to see the things.
That's a sound conclusion.
Oh, what else is in here?
Other like financial records, like the past 5 years tax stuff. Just basic things that you don't want like to lose.
Is there anything about Damien or anything?
Yes, there is. There is a letter, not written by Damien's father. The handwriting actually seems vaguely familiar to the handwriting of Mother. And you'll see that the letter basically entails accepting a deal. $500 million in exchange for their son Damien,
They sold him off.
and that she will pick him up on this day. It was like a Thursday 2 years ago.
I would like to take Aisha's records.
Okay.
And the note about Damien.
Okay.
If there's any like blank paper around or anything like that, I would like to put it in the back in the drawer. In the same order, so like the title, to the mansion, and then like some blank papers, and then the other whatever other files were in there, and then like blank papers, so that
Okay.
at a quick glance it looks like nothing's been disturbed.
Okay.
But I would like to take the stuff that mentions Aisha and the stuff that mentions Damien and put that in my bag of holding.
Gotcha.
Then I assume there's nothing of note on like the title of the mansion. It's probably only in his name.
Oh yeah, it's only in his name, yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. And then I'll close the drawer and I'll put the globe back on the shelf.
All right, you do that.
And then assuming, yeah, because I don't care about any of the books. So I'm debating on if I want to take the Lord of the Rings or not.
They are good books.
I won't do it. That'd be too noticeable. Okay, so I'd like to make sure that everything is as it was.
Okay.
And then a quick glance around to make sure there's nothing that seems noteworthy.
Nothing that seems noteworthy.
All right, then back up into the vent. I would like to take a look at this view out the windows before I leave.
All right, it's a real nice view. It's a lovely forest. It seems like it's starting to snow a little bit over the forest. You're able to catch like a glimpse of like the car or the vehicle that Damien and his father probably took before they started hiking. That's like a good bit away. It's good, real good view. Third floor, you can see for miles.
Okay, I just had to check it out.
Makes you feel
okay,
good.
I will go back up through the vent.
Give me it'll be a total of 2 strength athletics checks again.
$16.
Alright, you can get into the vent. You make it through the first intersection because it's just going straight.
And then I would like to make sure that I'm replacing the vent covers as I go.
So do you want to go in the vents backwards?
I can use Mage Hand
That's fair enough.
to just pop them back up.
Fair enough.
I mean, unless they're just extremely heavy vent covers.
They sure or not.
Okay, great. Then I will Mage Hand the back in place. And then one more, you said?
Yep.
Oh, a little less good. 11.
You're gonna get yourself stuck on this turn again.
This gosh darn turn, let me tell you.
You are gonna get yourself out a little faster. So it's only gonna be an hour and a half.
Oh, good. So how? Okay.
You've currently been gone for a minimum of 3.5 hours.
3.5. So we'll round up to like 4.5. So I'm still set on my invisibility. Okay.
But that's before searching everything, which didn't take too long. So yeah.
4.5.
Yeah.
Then I will continue onward. Before I come out the other side or whatever, I would like to make sure there's not someone in the hallway.
All right. There is currently someone, a servant, chilling in the hallway.
I will stay in the vent.
It seems that the servant is talking to one of Damien's siblings.
I will eavesdrop like no other.
It's a very simple conversation of, I thought I told you I wanted the gray socks, not the dark gray socks.
Oh.
just scolding the servant.
Uh-huh.
Servant will apologize and like run to go fetch the proper socks. And then you just hear the person who would be the eldest brother, Grayson Hart, laugh to himself and just go, "Oh, the idiot doesn't even know the difference. These are the gray socks." Servant will come back with the other socks. We'll get scolded again, and then Grayson will just go, "I'll do it myself," and walk away, belittling the servant because he can.
Sure.
And then it does become clear.
Okay, then I will make my way out.
Get out. You replace the vent.
Mm-hmm.
You're now on the 3rd floor, invisible.
You usually say and visible? Or invisible?
Invisible.
Okay, great. I think I'm gonna start making my way back down to the basement, but I would kind of like to just kind of look about as I go, just to see, like, what I see. You know, I'm not, like, going inside rooms, but if there's, like, an open door or something, I'll kind of peek in, or, you know, just get a little bit of a feel for what's going on.
You'll get a lot of servants, like, running around. You will see the youngest Hart child, Layla, at the ripe old age of 6, getting some piano lessons from one of the servants.
Is she any good?
Layla is a 6-year-old playing piano.
I will hurry onward.
But the servant teaching her is very good at piano.
Oh.
You'll see Damien's mother kind of relaxing, doing some sewing, yelling at servants to get her more thread. Just kind of vibing. You'll see out a window Damien's other brother, Richard. He's outside with a bow and arrow, and a very poor, unfortunate servant currently tied to a tree with an apple on his head.
Oh no.
Richard has yet to hit the servant, but he has also yet to hit the apple.
Oh no.
But he's lining up for a shot at the moment.
Goodness. I don't want to see what happens. I'm gonna keep going.
Fair enough. Just a lot of servants running around.
That's fine. I'll make my way back down to the basement.
Okay. You get down to the basement, no problems?
I will go back into the room that I share.
Aisha will welcome you back to the room.
I will lose my invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Because I might as well.
Fair enough.
I think well, I can't exactly just hand her papers. Read them. I'll start pulling out the papers that I took.
Okay.
And you said that it's the letter from Mother about taking Damien.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Aisha's like basic records, like birth certificate, stuff like that, and then a thing about the agenesis stuff.
Yes. Purposely causing the agenesis.
I would like to tell her, it's been 2 hours, tell her about the agenesis stuff that he did while she was in the womb.
She will, as you tell her about it, shocked isn't the word I'm looking for. Like disappointed look will kind of come across her face. I knew like this he would stoop to this level, but I can't believe he actually did it.
And then I think whilst she is, digesting that, I will also be like, I also have bad news about Damien.
Oh?
I found a letter from Mother saying that she would agree to essentially buy Damien from your parent. And they agreed to it.
You will also mention the date that is on there, and Aisha will just say that that's the same day that Damien ran away. Simply can't be a coincidence.
So he actually did try to run away?
Well, I mean, that's just the cover story they went for why he went missing.
From what little he's mentioned about it, I don't think he knows that that's what happened.
What? I'm not sure.
The whole thing was that everyone that was there went willingly, that they were offered something and they agreed to go. So if that's what Damien believes happened, then there's no way that he knows about any of this.
So do you wish to tell him? Or do you want me to tell him?
I mean, I think we can both tell him.
I mean, that's fair. I didn't know if you wanted an excuse to be alone with him.
Would you stop?
No.
There are much bigger things going on right now.
Oh, yeah, I certainly agree, but I need all the entertainment I can get.
You will get plenty whenever we leave, I assure you.
Okay, good.
I don't think we should say anything while he's alone with your father.
I agree. That's probably not a great idea.
So, I think we just wait till he gets back, and then we talk to him.
Sounds good. With that, we're going to go ahead and jump forward in time.
For sure. I feel like I'm still throughout the days going up to the library and just
Fair enough.
going through books and stuff like that.
Fair enough. Damien and his father will come back. So you will wake up one morning, and hear the familiar sound of Damien coming down the stairs and knocking on your door again. They came back in the middle of the night.
I will open the door.
Good morning, Kenzi. Good morning, Aisha.
Does he appear injured?
I mean, first glance, he doesn't appear to be hurt. I have brought you some food. Now it's cream-filled donuts.
I think Kenzi will take hers and she'll kind of she'll hold on to it, but I don't think she's gonna like eat it like she would the other mornings.
Aisha will take it and eat it like the other mornings. Is something wrong, Kenzi?
And Kenzi will glance up at Aisha and then look back at Damien and say, I have some information that I found in your father's study.
What kind of information?
I think I'm just going to hand him the letter from Mother. I am gonna make sure that the door is closed.
Okay,
by the
that's
way.
fine. And he will read the letter. And he's gonna hand it back to you and not say anything.
Also, your father did experiments on Aisha before she was born.
You will just hear as Damien takes a very deep breath. But he continues to say nothing. Aisha will like put a hand on his shoulder. And she just like looks at him. I appreciate you telling me this. I'm sorry, Aisha, that he would do that to you. The gall to do that to his own child is ridiculous. Barbaric, if I may. We will get you out of here as soon as possible. He will look back to you, Kenzi. You and I have stuff to do today. How would you feel about going shopping with me, in town?
Sure.
All right, lovely. Aisha, do you need anything? She will just look at him and go, more jelly donuts. Okay.
I'm gonna, I think Kenzi has officially started a new page in her little, observation notebook, for Aisha. And she will write down jelly donuts.
All right. I'm glad Aisha's made it to the same level as the dragon.
And the party.
Oh, I didn't know the party had one, my bad.
Yeah.
So sorry.
You know, the seasonal ones with, you know, names and collars and pronouns. Zell gives mad sass. Riley, pirate. Idalia is bad at her phone and has mysterious papers.
Nice. Great note taking we got here.
I know.
So you and Damien are gonna go out into the town for shopping. This is your chance to tell me things that you would like to get for thy character.
Oh boy. I would like to get some jelly donuts for Aisha.
Don't worry, Damien was all on top of the jelly donuts.
I would like to get cream-filled donuts for myself.
Okay, they are the better one.
I do not know what else I would like. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty set weapon-wise unless I just happen upon like another cool dagger or something. Which I'm not opposed to. Still in the frame of mind of if there's any kind of like magical healing type thing that would help me.
Yeah, you can definitely find some spell scrolls for like cure wounds, healing word. There's some other healing spell I'm thinking of, but I can't recall the name of. It's making me very upset.
I don't know if this is something I'll be able to find here, but so with my curse torsion, you said it takes like a more like specialized healing thing. Since I've only ever been able to have it done like when other people do it for me, I think Kenzi would like, if at all possible, to be able to do it herself.
Also you can find that, but not like during shopping, but there'll be like a book in the library that you can find something like that with.
So I found like I purchased some scrolls.
Yeah, healing word and cure wounds will be about 500 gold each.
Okay, can do.
Any armor?
I currently have leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I can only use light armor.
And studded leather would be upgraded for you.
Yes, in fact, it would. So I will take if I can find some of that.
You most certainly can. It'll be 75 gold.
70.
Actually, no, my bad.
Gold.
You're in the capital. It is 90 gold in the capital.
90 gold. Can do.
Mm-hmm. Damien will also get some things to upgrade himself. So you're basically going to spend the whole day out here shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do another big time jump. So pretty much anything you'd like to do for the next, 6-ish months.
I would like to continue, going through books. Not really any kind of specific information aside from if I find something to be able to, heal my cursed torsion.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can continuously do it. Like the crazy person I'm becoming. I don't know that there's really anything specifically else that I would like to do. Yeah, because I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of time in the library. Maybe is she allowed to go outside?
Yeah.
Then I think she'll probably just keep up with some training. Just so she doesn't fall out of it, so she'll kind of do some daily training drills.
All right. Damien will train with you to have nice training sessions together.
Oh, we can spar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. You can do that. You'll be able to find a spell to heal your cursed torsion. I'll give you details about that later. Based on how much stuff we've done, I'm gonna say your free time will essentially dwindle down to being able to get 8 things with your free time. So 8 proficiencies, 8 expertises, etc.
Okay. I will figure that out later.
Okay. But I'm going to jump forward 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up in the morning. Damien knocks on the door. Waits to be let in or told he can come in.
I'll just say, come in.
He will walk in.
I feel like, it's hard to cut you off, but I feel like throughout the past 6 months, Kenzi's probably started, being a little more open with Damien and Aisha, just how she kind of used to be when she was first getting to know the rest of the party and stuff. So I feel like she's still very much got, that, the darker aura around her, I guess. But I think some of her, sadness is kind of going away. I think there's just a lot of, anger and determination. But then I think she also is kind of, she's talking a little more and she's,
I get you. Opening up. Feeling less sad. More like I'm ready to save the world.
I think she's just ready to she's got a set list of stuff,
Fair.
That they need to do. So I think she's kind of just been preparing for that and waiting for when they'll be able to cross another one off the list.
I'm ready to not have to save the world.
I'm ready
for it to be someone else's job.
Honestly, yeah, she's got no idea what she's gonna do after this, if she's gonna survive. I don't think she's thinking that far ahead.
Fair enough.
She's just, this is what we're doing.
Fair enough. So Damien will walk in. You will immediately notice that his eyes appear to be a lot, really tired compared to what they normally are.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great. He will hand each of you donuts. But They're not the normal donuts, not the donuts you guys have bought before. It appears that these are fresh, homemade donuts that Damien has made.
I would like to do an insight check on Damien because something seems off.
Okay, an insight check, Damien.
27.
So despite all the time you guys have spent together and the amount that both of you truly have opened up, there seems to be something deep inside that's like troubling Damien. It seems like it's something like not even Aisha has been able to put her finger on, and so hasn't been able to figure out like how to bring it up.
Okay.
How'd you guys sleep?
Fine.
That's good.
How did you sleep?
Probably less than I should have, but
Any particular reason why?
oh well. I mean, I made you guys donuts. They take a while to make. I kind of got up real early so I can make these for you guys.
Well, thank you.
Of course. We don't have anything specific planned for the day, do we?
I mean, I don't think so.
So is there anything you'd like to do? Aisha will pipe up. I'd like to leave. I'd also like you to leave, Aisha. We don't know where to go yet. We haven't gotten word from Sky yet. I guess we could call Sky if we wanted to.
I feel like throughout the months, there's been like some basic check-in texts
Yeah.
with probably a couple to the rest of the gang, just like every so often, just like still alive. And then probably like a little more with Sky, just like seeing if there's any information.
I gotcha.
But you know, Kenzi's pretty much like, hey, they said they'd let us know. So
Mm-hmm. I get you. I get you. As you three are sitting down here, you begin to hear some sort of commotion upstairs. Damien will get up to go check it out and see what's going on up there. So you will see him. He will open the door. He'll walk to the stairs. He will walk up the stairs, open the door, and then you will just hear a loud crashing sound. Aisha will let out a small scream as it seems Damien has essentially been pushed down the stairs, but with a lot of force. He's kind of like put a dent into the wall a little bit.
Oh. I think Kenzi being, you know, having been preparing for something like this, I think she will very quickly give her one of her regular daggers, just like shove it into Aisha's hand, and tell her to stay there.
What? I can't see. I can't tell who's who with this.
If someone's coming at you and it's not us, stab them.
Okay.
And then I'll close the door and leave.
Got it. All right, so you close the door. You will see that Damien is, again, at bottom of the stairs, kind of like dented the wall. He's kind of sitting in it right now.
I would like to kind of like be looking at the stairs, but making my way closer to Damien.
All right, as you do that, you'll see kind of like a blur of something coming like down the stairs and kind of go back up. And when you turn back, you see that Damien's no longer there.
Oh, what the hell? Damien?
You get nothing.
Oh, shit. I'll go up the stairs.
All right, you go up the stairs. You see that the front doors are like busted down, wide open. All the servants are like causing like panic. They're kind of looking, trying to figure out what's going on. And you see all of Damien's family confused and trying to figure out what's going on. His father's like trying to send letters, get in contact with people like to get his guards here ASAP.
I still don't see Damien.
You don't see. Actually, give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20, baby.
All right. So throughout the panic surrounding you, you will be able to notice that outside on the main road, for like a couple seconds, you can see Damien. You see him like react to something, and then he disappears for a second and comes back. He's like thrown on the ground.
I will run out there.
All right. As you run out there, first thing you'll notice is there is kind of like a amorphous blob of an inky black like goo off to the side. It has eyes. It's just looking. And then it will open its mouth.
CT5555. It seems we have another guest.
And you will see Damien will appear again, and there's something holding him. It has 4 arms, but they're very thin. They kind of like wrap around each other, 2 on each side. It's very slim. It has a grouping of crystals on its forehead, and basically like a rainbow of colors with a furry tail behind it. Its legs are also very thin, but it seems to be moving incredibly fast.
And it's got Damien.
Yeah, it's currently holding Damien. Looks as if it's been like dragging Damien across the cement floor or ground.
And where's the blob thing in relation to me?
About 30 feet away from you, off to the side. And then Damien and this thing are kind of like in the middle.
I don't like this blob thing.
I'm so sorry, but I do need you to roll initiative here.
I can do 18.
All right. What's your initiative modifier?
+3.
Okay, I'm very confident that's higher than Damien's. You get to go before. But you're going to see as this thing that has Damien is going to look up at you. And it's gonna make out some like whooping sounds. Like woo, and you see it as it will let go of Damien. And then like in a blink of your eye, it is just in your face, staring at you. And then another blink, it's gone. This is back towards the center. As if it's toying with you. Right now, it's now your turn.
Oh. So where is it now?
It's like 15 feet ahead of you, like halfway between you and the inky blob.
I would like to bonus action start my blade song.
For it.
While I quickly remember what it does for me. It gives me a 10 to my speed. +2 to my AC. Okay. So the fast thing is where again? I'm
15 feet in front of you.
Okay. I will panic is what I will do.
Understandable.
I'm going to. Okay, so I did that. my blade song. That was my bonus action. I will not really want to get close to it right now. It's got Damien still.
No.
Or no.
No, it let go,
Okay.
Damien.
Then I will attempt. I'm gonna attempt to do firebolt at the thing.
Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy. 14.
That is not gonna hit.
Fantastic.
You will cast your spell. It will just run out of the way.
Oh, fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will. Where's Damien now?
Oh, he's about like 10 feet to your side.
I'll use 10 feet of movement to get over to him,
Okay.
and then I will continue to panic.
Understandable. It is Damien's turn. He will stand up off the ground. You notice that he's not looking great. He's like bleeding a fair bit from his like face area.
Mm-hmm.
But he will stand up, draw his own dagger, and I mean he has nothing to do but go forward. But he also doesn't really want to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna hold his action, try to see if he can catch this thing as it moves around. The inky black goo will do nothing on its turn. Just continue staring at all of you. Fast guy will run in. I mean, you two are next to each other. Gonna try to hit each of you twice. Alright, so that is a 37 for one.
I beg your pardon.
37 for one.
To hit?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's okay. The other one is an 18.
That still hits.
Oh,
Actually, I'll use my reaction to shield that one.
okay. But then Damien will also get hit by 2. I get all my lovely dice. Alright, so the one that hit you, Kenzi, you are going to take... 25.
I don't want to.
I didn't ask. And you definitely don't want to see the amount that Damien is going to take as he's getting hit by 2 of them. You know, Damien's looking rough. He tries to get some swings in, but things just kind of dodging. Damien not looking good. Kenzi, your turn again.
I will. Damien held his turn, right?
Yes.
I am going to cast Greater Invisibility on Damien and tell him to run.
Like away?
Like somewhere safer.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna cast invisibility on him and then tell him to, just don't die. And can I also throw one of the healing potions that Riley gave me to him?
You sure can.
Oh, how nice. Okay, so he gets 2d4 plus 2 of damage. And then of damage of HP. And casting that would have been my action. I don't think. I mean, I can attempt to use my bonus action to do a new Calypso spell.
You may do whatever it is you wish to.
I think that is the only bonus action thing that I can do. So I will attempt to do that.
Okay. Make me
I think,
open
what,
it.
do I have like 1 or 2 left?
I think so.
I don't know.
Open a different document, I'll let you know in a sec. Yeah, you got 2
6.
left. Just roll me a d4.
A D4? Let me find one. It's a 2.
Alrighty. Well, you get the very complicated one.
Oh my.
So I need you to pick 2 spells that you have.
Oh, geez, it's this one. Just any 2 spells that I have?
Yeah, because I don't think you don't have any spells that like would not work with this.
And it doesn't matter if they're cantrips or anything?
Nope.
No, cast them at the combined level. See. One's from the dark. Casting. Is whichever is most restrictive. The 2. Okay. So basically, I'm picking 2. And then the time, duration, range, and number of targets is whichever is most restrictive.
Yeah, so like smaller. Number 1.
Well, right. So am I basically just picking 2 and then attempting to hit with those, or?
Yeah. So if either one of the 2 spells is a like 2 hit spell, you roll to hit. If they're both saving throws, then it'll be saving throw for whatever DC or for whichever skill you choose.
Okay, then I think I will. What would be the most? That wouldn't. I do this now knowing I have no idea where Damien is, so that's fun.
Damien hasn't had a turn.
Well, but he held his turn, so he can move whenever. That was why I asked, so that he could go ahead and use his turn to move if he wanted to.
Gotcha.
So if I pick one that's got a save and one that doesn't, is like a roll to hit.
And you rolled a hit.
Roll to hit, and then would they also have to do the save?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I will do Thunder Wave and not that one. And Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Why? I don't.
That's this fun.
Okay, so I'm rolling to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 14 plus 7.
21. That will not.
What the heck? So nothing happens?
Get nothing. I mean, you could always use a luck point because you have those.
Oh my god, I do. Sure.
I
I'll
knew
use a
you.
luck point.
I knew you would forget about those.
The notes is all the way at the top. It was worse.
All right. Fair enough.
My god.
But you will see as these 2 spells will like combine together in your hands, and shoot forward at the guy. You'll see that an inky black goo will like, kind of appear in front of the guy, and like the attack will go through it, and you'll see it like shoot out somewhere else.
No.
As if you almost hit him, but then he was protected by his friend.
I don't care for that.
Damien's turn then. I believe in Damien.
I believe in Damien to not die.
Holy shit, Damien got a nat 20. Holy shit, Damien actually hit.
The training is paying
The
off.
training is paying off, as you will see Damien's dagger will go through the leg of this thing. As instead of running away, he ran towards it.
That's fine. He's still invisible. It's fine.
He does some damage.
Good for him. He's doing more than me.
That is technically true.
I've done nothing.
It's the inky black goo's turn. You will see the inky black goo's eyes will like look up a little bit, and then you will just hear it say,
The mission has been completed. Let us go, CT-5555.
And some more inky black goo will just begin appearing. It spreads out from the inky black goo person, but this inky black goo does not have eyes. And you this see as the other guy, the fast guy, will look at you. Before running into the black goo and disappearing. And then the black goo and the black goo man will vanish.
What? I'll dispel the greater invisibility on Damien.
He is also confused.
Is he looking better than he was before?
He does look better than he did before.
Okay, what the hell was that?
I have no idea. Bling, 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 bling. Kenzi, your phone's ringing.
Who is it?
It's Sky.
Oh my god, I'll answer.
In a very panicked voice, Sky will tell you, Haven's been kidnapped. We're getting everyone back together. We're heading towards you right now. Get ready to leave.
Okay.
You took that really well.
There's a lot going on. I would personally love to leave.
Okay. Be there in a couple of hours. Click.
They're on their way.
Oh, okay.
Haven got kidnapped?
Oh, well, that's not good.
No, not so much. We need to figure out how we're gonna get your sister out of here.
That's a great idea.
My initial plan was to just make her invisible, but I used that on you. I didn't know we were gonna be leaving so soon, so.
You're good. Honestly, I think I might just carry her and just walk.
Walk out?
Yeah, because at this point, I don't think I really care. I mean, and if she's coming with us, I don't give a shit about this family. Mine is her, so I don't care if their fucking world crashes and burns.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go tell her.
Okay. And you will turn. Damien's parents will be like, "What was that?" And Damien's just gonna shrug at them. Like, I don't know what that was. Go down basement. Tell Aisha. Aisha will grab a bag and take all the books off her shelf and put them in the bag and throw it over her shoulder. Damien will question her, like, why are you taking the books? If they're going to make fun of me with books, I'm going to at least take the fucking books, Damien. Fair enough.
I think Kenzi's just gonna start laughing.
Damien will start laughing with you. What a time.
The time.
And then Aisha will start laughing. And then Damien's dad will come down here and be like, what the fuck are you laughing about?
I'm gonna slam the door in his face.
Damien and Aisha start laughing harder. Couple hours will pass. And Sky will call you again saying that she is outside of Damien's house. And she's landed in the middle of town, so we might want to hurry. They didn't seem to like that.
Oh. Alright. I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to carry both of them if I were flying.
I mean, probably not. You can, however, make the assumption that since Haven is missing and you've lost a person, Aisha, this makes it back to the original number of people that were flying.
Well, no, I meant to get to.
Oh. I mean, probably not, but I mean, Damien probably doesn't need you to carry him. He can see.
He's pretty beat up still. I don't think he should carry her. I will activate my Calypso wings for some added intimidation as we walk out of here.
Do you tell Damien it's for intimidation purposes?
No,
Okay.
that's just for fun.
Okay, sorry. Damien was gonna join you if it was.
Oh. Well, then sure.
Alright, then he'll make his nose into a swordfish beak again. That's all swordfish have.
And then I'll carry Aisha.
Damien is going to protest you carrying Aisha. He would like to carry Aisha.
Okay, he can carry Aisha. That's fine.
He does appreciate your offer though.
That's fine. We can. Well, then let's go.
Okay, then you go. Damien's father will stand at the door defiantly, like, you're not going fucking anywhere.
Oh, that's
With
so
that
funny.
grotesque piece of shit and this
As
poor
we're walking
motherfucker.
by, really quick, just as we're walking by, I would like to just pat him on the shoulder and cast Shocking Grasp.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, let's see if I can try, I guess is what I'll do.
You're gonna hit him.
Oh, okay.
He's not getting away from this.
Ooh, 19.
Ooh, ow, ow, ow.
Okay, let's see. If a target, I assume he's not wearing on. Okay, so what? 2d8. Yeah, 2d8 lightning damage.
Wow, lightning damage.
Just for some funsy as we're going by.
Might as well.
What? 9, 10, 11.
Solid. Get some good damage. He is shocked. His hair gets messed up. And then Damien, as he walks by, will turn his head to look at him. So his swordfish beak slashes his cheek. Just for fun.
As we're walking out, I'll yell over my shoulder, "Thanks for the hospitality."
They are all stunned into silence. And as you're leaving, you just hear as the youngest Hart sibling will just go, "Daddy, who's that? Who's that they're carrying? Why was she in our basement?" And then you'll get on the Fallen and he'll take off with Sky. Guy, of course, asking who the girl is. And then Damien will explain. Then you take off. You will see that Riley, Zeal, and Idalia are also here. So
Whoa.
whole gang's here for your pickup.
Wow.
But then you take off and you fly back towards your HQ.
I was gonna ask how everyone was doing, but they're not here.
Let's see. Idalia, not doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Other two, find out next episode how they're doing. Because that's where we're ending off today. Thank y'all so much for watching. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.